Marc Cain is an internationally operating woman premium brand with a part of its production taking place in Germany. The company runs its global business activities from the headquarters in Bodelshausen. Research, development and innovation have always been at the focus for Marc Cain. The latest innovation is the further development of the knit and wear 100% made in Germany products. The new 3D knitting techniques are pioneering in creating a new look and feel. The lack of stitching required for these items results in a very good fit and guarantees a high level of wearing comfort. To produce a Marc Cain 3D knitted pullover, a large number of steps are necessary in order to ensure the high product quality usually associated with the brand. Once the creative department has finished planning the design, it is passed on to the knit technicians in the knitting factory. Based on the specifications, such as the pattern and type of knit, the knit technician adjusts the knitting program individually for each item, so the pullover will sit perfectly later on. These and all other knitting programs are saved in the cloud and are ready to be downloaded to the knitting machines. Every season Marc Cain develops its own yarn creations, which are sourced exclusively from Germany and Italy. With a total of 92 flat knitting machines and 8 circular knitting machines, Marc Cain has probably the most modern and innovative fleet of knitting machinery north of the Alps. The program developed and saved by the design department is downloaded by the knit technician from the cloud and uploaded to the machine, which is now ready to knit the pullover. This modern technology removes the need for the necessary garment assembly steps usually used in the clothing industry. Shown in slow motion, we can see how the 3D knitted pullover comes out of the knitting machine in just one step. The 3D knitting procedure therefore makes it possible to significantly reduce material wastage. All excess yarns are now cut off. Immediately after the knitting process, the pullover also undergoes the first quality check. An illuminated light table is the best way to check that the stitches of the garment have been knitted evenly. On a tray trolley, the pullovers are transported to Marc Cain's own finishing department. Here, every item is individually smoothed and set with a saturated steam before the pre-wash to prepare it for the later washing process. The garments are then laid into the transport trolleys once again and brought to the next production step. In the laundry, the knitting factory stacks are firstly removed before the washing process. These stacks show that the item has already successfully passed a quality check in the knitting department. The pullovers are then loaded into washing machines. Each item has its own individually adjusted wash setting. Following the wash process, the pullovers are checked once again and laid out in preparation for the printing process. Each item also has its own specially adjusted program for the drying process. Washing, drying and adhering to the care instructions all guarantee that the garments will always retain their shape. Once they have been dried, they are prepared for the subsequent inkjet printing. A template is inserted into every single pullover, which prevents the printing ink from penetrating through from the front to the back of the garment. The pullover then makes its way to the printing department and is printed using the inkjet method. To guarantee that the print is in exactly the same place on every pullover, each individual garment must be precisely positioned on the printing machine's markers. Shown in a slow motion, we can see how the pullover is given its all-over print, first on the front and then on the back. The printing time varies depending on the size of the print motif. The printed goods, loaded onto the track trolleys, are now taken to be fixed as required. The pullovers are then laid onto individual trays so they can be finally fixed in the autoclave using saturated steam. Saturated steam ensures the complete bonding of the dye applied in the printing department with the individual material of the pullover. In the before and after comparison, we can clearly see that the pullover has only obtained its typical Marc Cain color brilliance after being fixed in the autoclave. Once the print template has been removed, every pullover is first individually pre-washed by hand. This process is followed by the rinsing step, in which the excess dye is removed. Here too, every item has its specially adjusted program. After the pullover is washed and dried once again, it undergoes an additionally quality check. On special ironing tables, the pullovers are brought into their final shape. In an additional quality check, the size accuracy of the pullover is tested. During the final inspection, every pullover is checked one last time based on the specified Marc Cain standards. This guarantees that each item will be leaving the production facility in perfect condition. For the final check of the quality and consistency of the knitted stitches, the pullover is examined on light cones. Once the item has successfully passed through all inspection bays, the care instructions label can finally be sewn in. As the pullover was produced completely in Germany, it may also be given the 100% Made in Germany label. Producing the 3D knitwear exclusively in one location not only significantly reduces the production lead time, but also makes it possible to react more quickly to fashion trends. There is no need for transportation between manufacturing steps, which saves both time and energy, and of course protects the environment. A total of more than 100 steps were required to make this pullover. Now it can leave the Marc Cain Logistics Center in Bodelshausen and begin its journey to stores around the world.